Welcome back, football fans. In this video, we're counting down the biggest football stadiums in the 2025-26 Belgian Pro League, ranked by capacity. These arenas are where legends are made, fans roar, and Belgian football history unfolds. From aging classics to modern marvels, we'll break down the facts. Let's kick things off with 15. Van Rooy Roystadion. Small but mighty, that's Van Roystadion. Tucked into the East Flanders town of Dinderloo. This ground has the kind of gritty charm you'd expect from a newly promoted club battling for survival. Built in 1997, it's a relatively modern stadium by Belgian standards, although its low capacity gives it more of a community club vibe than a top-tier arena. 14. Het Keepie. A Belgian classic with a name borrowed from the Netherlands. Het Keepie means the little tub, a nod to Feyenoord's De Kuip. Located in the quiet town of Westerlo, this is one of Belgium's most charming lower-capacity stadiums. The original ground dates back to 1933, but it got a major facelift in 2008. Gone were the wooden stands, and came modern seating, floodlights, and better fan facilities. Today, the stadium balances traditional charm with contemporary standards. 13. Stade Joseph Mering. Old school, steeped in history, and sat in a forest. Stade Joseph Mering is one of the most romantic grounds in Europe. Hidden inside Duden Park and Forest, a southern district of Brussels, this stadium has served Union SG since 1919. It was even used for the 1920 Summer Olympics. Seriously, while it only holds 9,400, the ground has hosted some of the Pro League's best atmospheres in recent years. 12. Den Dreef. Located in the student city of Leuven, this sleek stadium is home to OH Leuven, now part of the King Power football empire. Yes, the same company that owns Leicester City. Built in 2002, Den Dreef has been extended bit by bit and now sits at 10,000 capacity. It's a ground that looks almost Premier League-light. Clean lines, no obstructed views, and a great pitch. 11. Stade du Tivoli. La Louvière, once a regular Pro League town, fell off the map for a while. But in 2017, Ariel La Louvière was reborn, and so was the stadium. Built in 1972, Tivoli once saw top-flight action in the early 2000s. But after the club folded in 2009 due to financial chaos, the stadium sat mostly silent. Ariel picked up the pieces and has slowly climbed back toward the big time. 10. Regenboogstadion. The Rainbow Stadium might just be the most beautifully named ground in Belgium. Built in 1957 and renovated heavily in 2015, it's located in the West Flanders town of Weergem and has hosted everything from top-flight football to cycling world championships. Yes, the original stadium was built for the 1957 UCI Road World Championships, hence the Rainbow name. Zulte Weergem, once regulars in the Europa League, have fallen on tougher times lately, but the stadium remains impressive. 9. Stade du Pays de Charleroi. This was originally built in 1939, but it was massively upgraded for the European Championship co-hosted by Belgium and the Netherlands. At that time, it held 30,000 fans. It even hosted matches like Turkey versus Belgium. Since then, though, much of the temporary seating has been removed, bringing it down to a more manageable 14,000. Sporting Charleroi are Belgium's great underachievers, always around, rarely spectacular. But their home ground remains a fortress. 8. Stadion. A stadium with a hotel built into it? That's Stadion. Home to SDVV, Sint-Truiden's pride and joy. Originally opened in 1927, the stadium was completely rebuilt in 2011. It now combines football, business, and hospitality like almost no other ground in Europe. Located in Belgium's fruit-growing region of Limburg, Stadion mixes rural charm with Japanese precision, quite literally. The club is owned by DMM.com, a Japanese tech and entertainment firm. 7. Bosuilstadion. They call it the Hell of Deurne, and it's easy to see why. Bosuilstadion is a fiery cauldron of noise, home to Royal Antwerp FC, Belgium's oldest club. First opened in 1923, this place has seen nearly a century of football. But despite its age, it's far from forgotten. In the last few years, the stadium has been revamped, with major redevelopment works transforming it from a crumbling relic into a fortress fit for Europe. 6. AFAS-Stadion Actor de Kazerne, a ground with over 100 years of history, but one that looks brand new. KV Mechelen's home, Actor de Kazerne, is a brilliant example of how to modernize without losing soul. The original stadium opened in 1911, right behind the city's old military barracks, hence the name. But between 2016 and 2020, it underwent a complete transformation, stand by stand, without Mechelen ever leaving the ground. 5. Planet Group Arena. Sleek, modern, functional. The Planet Group Arena, better known as the Galamco Arena until 2023, is home to KA Gent, one of Belgium's best-run clubs in recent years. Opened in 2013, it was the first new stadium built in Belgium in decades. After years of delays, Gent finally moved out of their crumbling Jules Stadion. The new ground was a game-changer: luxury boxes, commercial space, and top-tier fan facilities. 4. Constant van den Staack Stadium. This is where Belgian royalty plays. The Constant van den Staack Stadium, named after the club's iconic president, is the home of RSC Anderlecht, Belgium's most successful club. Located in Anderlecht, a western district of Brussels, the stadium dates back to 1917, but its current form is largely from a 1983 rebuild, with renovations continuing ever since. It may be showing its age, but it remains an iconic venue in Belgian football. 3. Sajika Arena. Bright lights, blue seats, and a winning team. The Sajika Arena in Genk is one of the most modern and complete football experiences in Belgium. It opened in 1999 as the Cristal Arena, replacing the outdated THYL Geiseling Stadion. It's since undergone branding changes, most recently becoming Sajika Arena in 2021 after a tech firm sponsor. But the football's been consistently good. 2. Jan Bredel Stadium. The only stadium in Belgium shared by two top-flight clubs, Club Brugge and Cercle Brugge. Welcome to the Jan Bredel Stadium, a true powerhouse of Belgian football. Named after a 14th-century Bruges revolutionary, it was built in 1975, upgraded for Euro 2000, and is now due for complete replacement in the next few years. It's a large bowl, very functional, but starting to show its age. 1. Stade Maurice de Frasne. Also known as Sclessen, the Stade Maurice de Frasne is the roaring home of Standard Liège, one of Belgium's most historic clubs. It sits right next to the River Meuse, in an industrial part of Liège. Originally opened in 1909, it's been rebuilt several times, with the last major works coming in 1999 ahead of Euro 2000. The stadium is steep, enclosed, and intense. It's known for its British-style architecture and passionate fans. And that wraps up our deep dive into some of the biggest stadiums in the 2025-26 Belgian Pro League. Whether you support the giants or the underdogs, there's no denying the role these stadiums play in shaping Belgian football culture. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe for more stadium deep dives, and drop a comment.